One last little tidbit that you'll want to be aware of in our study of statistics is the concept of percentiles. If n% of the items in a distribution are less than a particular data item, then the data is said to be in the nth percentile. We can easily visualize this on a normal distribution or a bell curve. For example, let's suppose that we find a data point on our normal distribution. Let's suppose it lives about right here, and we calculate how much data is less than that particular data item. If, for example, 85% of the data lies below our particular data point, then we say that X is in the 85th percentile. That means it is higher than 85% of the rest of the data in the distribution. For example, a student who landed in the 89th percentile for SAT scores actually scored higher than 89% of all the students taking the exam. So when you are placed in a particular percentile, you know where you stand relative to the rest of the population. The percentile is describing the percentage of data points that are less than that particular data point. So an 89th percentile for the SAT test means that particular student scored higher than 89% of all students taking the exam. Sometimes when children go to well visits at the doctor and their height and weight are checked, their percentiles are reported. For example, a child in the 75th percentile for height is taller than 75% of all children his age. So when a child receives a percentile for either height or weight, they understand how they fit into the measurements as recorded for the rest of the population. So 75th percentile, you're taller than 75% of the children your age. It's actually a very simple concept. Okay, I have some really great news. You have completed your class notes for the semester. How exciting. I just want to say thank you to those of you who have persevered through the videos. You've faithfully watched them, you've kept a record of your notes, and you've been working diligently on your homework and on your exams. You just have one more hoop to jump through before completing this class. You've got a final exam review. Remember, there's not going to be a Chapter 12 exam, so the review that you're going to proceed to after finishing all of your Chapter 12 homework is the final exam review. And when that is complete, you can proceed to taking your final exam. Please remember, if your final exam is higher than your lowest chapter exam, it will replace that score. Or if you have missed a chapter exam, your final exam, which is mandatory, will replace that missed exam. If your final exam is your lowest score, then it will simply count the 20% for the final exam. So again, thank you for persevering through this class. Congratulations on making it to the end of the material. I'm very proud of you, and I wish you all the success on the final exam. Hope you feel that you've accomplished something important by finishing this class in a short amount of time online, and I wish you the best of success as you take your steps closer and closer to that degree.